If there's one group of people I hate the most, it is white race traitors. And I use that term white race traitors because it's quick, it's short, and it's broad. You can define race traitor by anything: a race mixer, somebody who pushes things that aren't in the interest of the race. But in this situation, I'm talking about somebody who has suicidal empathy, empathizing with a hostile Muslim over a pair of white girls. You've probably seen this video by now if you're all on Twitter, and you have the same kind of algorithm I do of some Scottish girl who's like 12, and some like Muslim guys following her, like filming her, and she has a knife and a hatchet, and she's with her sister, and he's like, show the knife, in his retard Muslim voice, and she shows it. Now, the UK, depending on where you live, is a pretty hostile environment. I live in an area that's kind of a mix of rough areas and okay areas, but I often have to walk fast and be aware of my surroundings. But I'm not like in the roughest of ends. But if I was in an area like, say Birmingham, I would be wearing a stab-proof vest, and I would be probably carrying some kind of weapon. So I think it's understandable why a teenager would feel the need to carry a weapon. But Muslims are incredibly violent. They're I don't want to go on the Muslim tangent. Fuck it, I'll get back to what I was talking about with this suicidal empathy. This woman quote tweets this video of children being bothered by a Muslim. Which you know anything about the state of the UK? That's a bad thing because they could keep raping and killing our kids constantly. But she quote tweets this. This is disgusting. From the child brandishing weapons to her little gang of screaming friends to the fact-free rhetoric pumped out by this account. This shit is what's destroying the UK, not immigrants. The stupid led by the wicked. This comes from Badass Mother or Dogson Sally. This account appears to be owned by an old hag who seems to hate life and empathize with Muslims over white children who are so scared they have to carry weapons in the street. The language in this tweet as well fucking like made me so angry just reading it. Little gang of screaming friends. There's one other girl in this video, the one that doesn't have the knife, who is the sister, it seems. So there's two girls, and that counts as a little gang of screaming friends. I don't know if you've noticed this, but there tends to be a type of person who just hates life. Like they hate children. They hate life as a whole. They're always like the types of people that be like, "Oh, I fucking hate my kids," or "Kids." They're always saying something negative about children. And if you catch anybody doing that, you gotta check them. First of all, if it's somebody you know. But this person, I think this person when the law breaks down in the UK and Muslims, the civil war will start one day. And when it does, I think you should remember this person's face, because if you see them, you should deal with them. And by deal with them, I mean explain to them why they're wrong, why they are wrong. The stupid led by the wicked. This is a prime example of somebody who thinks nationalists are stupid because they don't just hate life. They hate their own country. They hate their own genetic legacy. They hate that they're like bug people. Their whole identity is like being some like a political uh activist or something. This bitch has like 14k followers, but she's following like 14,000 people as well. She has some shitty podcast that she has every Friday, and a bunch of emojis in her name. That's why women shouldn't be allowed to vote. because they can be very like overly em- empathetic, not even overly empathetic, wrongfully empathetic. They direct their empathies towards people that aren't them, and the result is mass rapes and murders. But I just had to make this video to get this off my fucking mind because I saw this like before I was doing something, and then I finished what I was doing, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. The fact that there's like again a white woman empathizing with a brown man over the scared white children, which is crazy to me. Um, Genuinely, these like people that are that far gone. I normally I stay away from places that are very left leaning in terms of like the type of white people you find there. But this was like a rude reminder that there's still plenty of people that have been brainwashed into being fucking cattle. But the phrase this is what's destroying the UK, not immigrants. Well, the UK is made out of British people, and what you define as British, is like actually British people and not like foreigners. So when there's more foreigners than British people, it's not really Britain anymore, is it? In fact, the less British people and the more foreigners, the less it becomes Britain. We become less British every day, in a sense, and we have been becoming less British every day since they've been letting these people in. And people wonder why things keep getting worse when a country just completely changes its demographics. It changes like what it is. This whole metaphor with what is it, Odysseus's ship or something? I might be mistaken on what I'm thinking of, but it's this ship where every part of it's changed. Is it the same ship? And if you change every part for an identical part, as in you change every British person for their actual like children, I guess in a sense it's the same shit. But if you change every part for like something that's completely unrelated, like foreigners, you get a completely different country where children are carrying knives in the streets. These people, they're so far removed from reality that they can't see like the mass influx of immigrants as for why the country is changing. But I see a comment: liberal white women must be destroyed. People misidentify like the whole liberal white woman thing. Liberal women in general, they don't just have to be white. Um, can be emotionally persuaded into believing like stupid shit. But